Good afternoon. Today is February 26, 2014, and 2015, and it's our 14th Mastermind call. We were kind of chatting as we got started. Chad was mentioning the coaching program that he's rolling out. Chad, if anybody who's on the call is interested, repeat your phone number again. Or I've got it right here. It's 540-314-1243. And from what I can tell from the people on the call, there's a couple new people. There's a couple. I think everybody else is getting the leads. Our big superstars like Dave Bryant and Paul Hayhurst. They're probably out taking a probate listing. They don't seem to be here this week. Has anybody else? Is anybody else on the call have any success stories that you want to share from the last week or two, or since you got started? Anybody? Chad, I know you had one, so we'll let you go first.
Yeah, I've got one this week from actually Tampa, Florida. I'm in Roanoke, Virginia, and a lady called me off of the letter that she received in November. And we had, she received 3 letters, but the one that she remembered was actually letter number 2 was the one that she responded to, if you guys have seen our letter templates. So she didn't mention 1 and 3 for whatever reason. Whatever's in letter 2 stood out to her, and that's what made her call. But anyway, she had inherited her father's home. She's in Tampa, Florida. An auction company, she had called an auction company because she just didn't know where to start. And the auction company wanted to charge her a bunch of money up front and then charge her, a big premium, and they wanted a guaranteed commission even if they didn't meet her reserve. And she just felt like she was getting bamboozled. So she went back to the letter after wasting a couple of months playing with them. She went back to the letter that I sent her. She called expecting the next person to kind of bamboozle her, and I kind of said, you know what? Our number one core value is provide value first, and we're going to do this, and this, and just kind of unrolled the whole benefits package to our probate clients and why we do what we do. And she was just blown away. And I said, you don't owe us anything until we do what we say, and we always do what we say. So no competition. I won't even meet her. I'm listing it through DocuSign, and I expect we'll sell it probably within the week because she's very realistic on price.
And Chad, you're averaging. We've talked on past calls. We've got the people that are. We've said on past calls, and Chad made a good point a couple weeks ago. The first thing you should do is anything. There's no such thing. This fruit is so low hanging. There's really no such thing as taking bad action. I mean, we've got Paul Hayhurst in South Carolina that just gets on the phone. Paul Hayhurst in Florida that has not made a call yet. He's just sent out letters, and I think he got 6 listings his first week and his first month, and 3 or 4 the second month. Then we got Dave Bryant. Dave, you're not on the call, are you, this week? Dave and his team and his assistants got on the phone and didn't send out any letters, just started making phone calls and set something like, how many appointments did they set in 2 weeks, Chad? It was something ridiculous.
25 off 250 phone calls, so they had a 10-to-1 rate.
Yeah, we're finding about every 10 phone calls should result in an appointment with these leads if you keep after them. And Chad is finding that he's taking a listing. You're taking 2 listings for every 100 pieces of mail you send out. Is that about what you're averaging?
Yeah, it comes out to, so if I have a list of 100 people and I mail them 3 letters, over the 90-day period, I'll list 2 out of the 100. So once you start getting campaigns overlapping, you can pretty much bet that you're going to list 3 on every mailing, list 2 on every mailing. It's kind of where we are. So if I send out a letter and do a round of ringless voicemail, I usually list at least 1 house off of. The letters cost me $100, and the phone call would cost me. So for $130, I pretty much have a guaranteed listing.
Who just signed on? Who signed on from area code 360? Who is that?
That's Justine Bradley.
Oh, hey, Shustine. I thought I recognized
Hi, this is actually Katie, her assistant.
Oh, okay. Hi, welcome. Glad you came back. Thanks. Now people are
Thank
starting to
you.
sign on. People are just signing in later than usual today. Um, I had and I think I've shared with y'all, I had a good one this week too. I'm not the best example. That's why I send you to Chad to coach, because he's really doing this the right way. He's got a very detailed, very structured campaign. I send out a letter when I get my leads, and I send out a automated voicemail, and honestly, that's pretty much it. I'm running 4 businesses. I don't have a lot of time, but I actually had 5 probate closings in January, and I got my February leads in, and I just did a voicemail broadcast, and a guy called back. He had inherited 2 houses in Miami, 2 vacant lots in the Ocala area up in Central Florida, and very upscale property with other people. Like there's 7 heirs on that one up in Chad's area, Virginia. And honestly, his property is about 30 miles from my office. I don't think I've ever sold anything there, but his Miami property, but it's a $500,000 property. So I just trying to figure how can I differentiate myself, and I just decided I was going to bend over backwards to give the guy as much help and service as I could. I found him a realtor in Ocala who listed his lots for him. They were $10,000 lots, so I didn't even take a referral. I introduced him to Chad, which is helping him with the Virginia property. I sent him a CMA, and I just did a couple follow-up phone calls. And, I've been doing this 40 years. I was telling Chad, I think this is the first time this – and actually, this is the first probate listing I've actually had to go on. So as soon as I hang up from here, I'm going down to get the listing. All the others I've just been able to email out, and, and they come back in by computer, fax, or email. But he left me a message, and I called him back, and he said, can you come by tomorrow at 3? And I said, sure. What's up? And he said, well, my wife and I really decided we like you, and I have to warn you, it looks like you're stuck with us. Oh, gee. In 40 years of doing this, I never actually had anybody. He basically told me you're going to get the listing before I go down there. And it was just, he said he had a number of investors call him. I think he had 3 or 4 realtors call. But I think I just gave him service that the others, everybody else was just hitting him to take that one listing, where I gave him as much help as I could, even though there was some properties that I couldn't get paid on. So that'll be a nice.
And that's one of, literally one of the most competitive markets in the country right now.
Yep.
And for anyone that's new on the call, you'll hear it from me more than once. But I mean, the very first thing you need to look at is, why are you doing this, and who can help you? Who's the best attorney to work with? Who's the estate sale company you should be partnered up with? Who's your cleanout crew? Who's your contractor? Because there's going to come times where you got 5 investors and 4 realtors on the same house, and it's going to make a difference. And it does for me almost. I mean, people. The hardest thing about marketing a new strategy like this is you have to educate people up front. They don't know what they don't know. So they have an understanding of what a realtor is and what a realtor does, but they don't know what options are available. And a lot of these people are so overwhelmed, they don't know where to start. They've got their own life to deal with, and now they've been appointed by someone who really trusted them to handle not only their life but unraveling the life of someone else, and it's just overwhelming. So, and what Jim was able to provide all that value because he had pieces in place. So if you haven't done it yet, get out there, get your team built around you. Attorneys, title companies, stagers, clean-out crews, contractors, just get that around you. And then when the time comes when you're in that same position, you'll have ultimate confidence to say, oh, hey, we understand what you're going through, and we've got all these people here to help. So.
Excellent. There's about 15 of us on the call, guys, and this call is, it's for you. Who has an issue they need help with? I had to mute out the 910 area code. I'm going to let you back on, but there was a lot of noise in the background, so I'm going to open you up again. Okay, good. It quieted down. Any questions, guys? Any issues? Any places that you're getting stuck?
Chad, may I ask you a question? This is Bo again.
Yes.
And I am going to call you later. Chad, about how many leads do you get a month out of the service?
I average about 160 on 2 counties.
Oh, okay. big. Okay.
So that's
160 a month.
two counties, right, Chad?
Yeah.
Okay. And Bo, how many are you getting?
Well, I'm getting 30 to 40 out of
Okay.
my one county.
Okay. Yeah, I had a guy in California. We were getting him. We had told him 30, and he was getting about 38 a month. And he said, "Is there anything you can do to get me more?" And I said, "Well,
Kill some people.
yeah, not legally. I can't think of any way. Can't control the number of people that die." Bo, have you considered taking an adjoining county, or you're
Well,
trying
I
to
may
make?
do that.
Yeah.
I may talk to you about that. I guess us people in Osceola County just live longer, or we go up north to die. I don't know what happens, but
Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, you're not going to change your basic numbers.
no.
Yeah. I mean that, and
We
we've
are what
tracked
we are.
those numbers, guys, over the last couple of years. If we're telling you that's how many leads you're going to get, that's usually a minimum. You're usually going to get a bit more than that. We tried to structure this so we could under-promise and over-deliver. And if it says 30 a month, and is that what when you signed up, Bo, was it 30 a month?
Yeah, something like that, 30 to 40.
And how many?
Do you have anybody on Orange County?
I don't think so. I don't think we do.
Let's talk. I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah, no, that might be a way to build your base a little bit more. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 30 a month, and you're going to talk with Chad to see what you can do to maximize your potential there. Bo, what's happening are you calling the people? Are you mailing them, or both?
I'm doing both. I've
Okay.
got a mail system. We're sending them 3 letters in colored envelopes, calling them. Yeah, I'm doing both. I'm just need to learn to do it better, and also to more numbers. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have enough numbers.
Gotcha. Are you
Number
having
of people?
Are they responding to the marketing, Bo?
Not really. No.
Okay.
So that's why I'm going to engage you to help me figure out how to do the marketing. But I got a great marketing person, got a great mailing plan. Just something's not clicking. We need to make it work.
That's what we're here for.
Yes,
it's something I'm going to test it before I roll it out. So you guys stay tuned over the next couple of weeks. But I wrote kind of an old, like a Dan Kennedy style, old long form copy sales letter with one of the stories. Those of you who are using my letter templates, there's actually a quote from a lady. One of the first homes that I helped that kind of inspired me to get into this strategy was, her listing expired out. She just couldn't figure out what to do or how to sell this home. She was overwhelmed, and I was able to get her more money, multiple offers, and a really down market, and sell it in a day with just by telling her the right things to do in the right order. And anyways, that success story is in the middle, so it's kind of empathy on the front, saying we understand what you're going through, a success story in the middle, and then what we offer in the end. So it's a 3-page letter versus a 1-page letter. And I think that's probably what different things work in different areas. So we can start to tweak and test and pull one of those success stories from your past and maybe try a new letter in your market as a starting point.
Yeah, Jim and I are real successful with sinkhole properties, aren't we, Jim?
Yeah, we are. We've done some short sales. Did that one ever close? Did the sinkhole ever close?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it closed, and then I had somebody else. I've had 2 more sinkhole deals since then. Call because the word got around the real estate community I could do sinkholes, and now I'm the sinkhole man for Orange County and Seminole County.
You guys in other parts of the country don't know what that is. There's parts of Florida where I think the limestone starts to evaporate below the foundation, and the entire house can literally just fall into a big hole overnight. It can be hundreds of feet deep. And we had one where the whole front yard was gone. So Bo was out there trying to fill it with a hose and call it a lake, but
yeah, right.
But we did get that thing closed, so that's good.
We got it closed. Yeah, we had Mr. One, Jim.
Hey, JP, I see you're on the call. JP Pirtle?
Oh, hey, Jim. It's actually John with JP's office. How you doing?
Good, John. I'm curious. You're just getting started. Do you have any places you're getting stuck? Anything we can help you with?
Well, we're still waiting for the first batch of leads, and maybe after the call, if you could follow up on that.
Okay, sure.
I think, because we updated the credit billing information about the 12th of the month, so we're still waiting.
Okay, yeah, you should get them any day now, but I will check on them for you. All right.
Sounds good.
Anything else, guys? This may be a short call. 2 weeks
That'd be
ago,
fine. I'm gonna give Chad a call. Great.
We went almost an hour a couple weeks ago, but is there any Chastine's office? I know her assistant is on. Anything you guys need help with?
Just how often do we get the leads? Once a month?
Once a month, and the first
Okay.
time it takes anywhere from 10 to 14 days. And then
Okay.
after that, you should get them about the same time every month. We've had cases. It's real important that you whitelist us all the leads on your computer because it's a pretty good database we're sending you, and they are prone to going into your junk mail. So check your junk mail, and also if you're ever in doubt, go to the alltheleads.com. Go to your membership page, and your leads. Every lead you've gotten from us will always be. There's a link posted at the very bottom of your membership page. So if you're not sure if it came in or not, go there and check. But usually when somebody's looking for them, it's just that they got them and they didn't notice them. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll check on it. Yeah, I think Chastine got it looks like she's going to get 2 listings from our first set of calls.
Awesome.
All right.
So, yeah. So we're moving along.
And how many calls did you make altogether to get the 2 listings?
I'd have to ask Chastine because she did a little bit in the office, and then I know she called yesterday when she was out and about, so I'll have to see how many calls she actually make. I know we have to scrub the list and try to get some phone numbers that weren't in there, but she called everyone else, and it was the majority of the people on there. So, and we had sent out the letters and then made the calls.
Excellent. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it when you're right out of the gate when you have results, and I would say that's the norm. We have about 100 subscribers. I think we've had 8 people cancel, and all 8 of them admitted they just ordered and didn't do anything with them. You don't automatically get business. You got to take some action. But I don't know of anybody except for Bo, and we're going to change that has really been working them for a month or two that hasn't gotten some results with them. So.
Don't use me as an example of being discouraged. We're going to get this worked out. Everything I do, I have to go the grinding way.
You'll make it work. I've got no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Somebody else had a comment?
I was going to say what's interesting is when people sign up, they'll usually come to these calls, and we get a lot of success stories in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then they quit showing up. But they're still making money, like when we talk to them on sidebar conversations. So it's the people who do it, like the people who work the system, usually disappear because they're so damn busy after about a month. And Bo, we'll get you there. We just have to figure out.
I know you will.
We need to know what your 2 degrees of change is. So.
Well, can I ask real quick, Jim, Chad, this is Sandra. Do we have any idea about our letter dropping? Because I still don't have an answer on that one.
So let's talk mail, guys. And Sandra, I'm sorry. We've actually decided to bring everything back in-house. We have a mail house that I had a lot of success with here in Roanoke. And it worked great when it was just me to the mail house. When we introduced other technology into it and proofs going back and forth, it kind of turned into just a mess. So that was a learning experience for us, and I thank all you guys that if you had mail hung up with us and you expected it to go out, thank you for your patience. But we are bringing the mail in-house, and we're going to fulfill all orders. Yours was actually dropped. I know it was dropped. I haven't been able to confirm with her the actual date that it dropped. And Tim and I are working on that. We'll get you specifics. But we're bringing all the mail in-house, so we've got full control over it, and it will be done when you order it. We'll hit that date, and we'll hit all your dates. So that was a bit of a stumbling point for us. And it's and as always, you're better off to just do it yourself, and that's what we learned. So going forward, we'll have the same pricing or maybe even better, and definitely a lot better quality control and customer service.
But you're saying that ours
So,
did get dropped for sure? Because I haven't seen anything come through that said, hey, we just charged your credit card or anything like that. Should I have?
it's my understanding that it was. I'll follow up with Tim, and I'll give you a call and let you know.
Okay, you think maybe y'all can let me know today? Because if not, I've got
Yep.
my staff that we can get it out. So we're kind of sitting, to take action if we need to. Because I've got so many leads. That's my thing. There's just
I saw a proof of your letter. I saw a proof of your letter 2 days ago, and she sent a PDF proof, and I think it may have fell through the crack and somewhere. Anyway, Tim has so the mail house here in Roanoke is sending your first letter, and we're sending everything else. So we brought the rest of your order in house. But I'll confirm with you what date that actually mailed, if it was yesterday or today or the day before.
Sandra, would you share with the group how many leads are you getting a month?
the first set I got 500 and something, and
500
300 and something. 363 I think had actual phone numbers on them.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. We've talked about that before. The phone numbers, you're not going to get phone numbers for everybody. That's
Right.
why we suggest you send at least one letter and call the phone numbers that you do have. People change their phones, they move, their landlines get disconnected. But so now you have 2 months of those, Sandra. So you have basically
No,
1,000 people.
I haven't gotten my second set.
Okay, so you just have one set of 500
Mm-hmm.
that you're dealing with. Okay, good. Yeah, I can imagine. I can't wait to see your results with sending out 500 letters. And have you started to make the phone calls yet or not?
Yeah, we started yesterday, and we got through about not very many because we wound up having a lot of expired calls come in too. So we were trying to juggle all that. So that's kind of our goal, is to continue making the calls, and we've got our script and all that kind of good stuff pulled together.
Good.
And once we get through that, then we're hitting the attorneys. So
excellent. Yeah, you guys.
Hey guys, I meant to mention, for those of you who aren't part of the Mastermind group on Facebook, you can go to All the Leads Mastermind. It's a private group, but you can request access. I did a role play with one of our clients from California, who you may or may not have heard on the calls. We just kind of jumped into an impromptu role play, and I posted it on Facebook. It's an inbound call script, so if you're wondering what a call would sound like when somebody calls off of one of your letters, he did an incredible job of grilling me. So I was the realtor, he was the seller, and he did a really good job. It was very realistic. So if you guys have a chance, jump on Facebook and listen to that. It's just, you can play it online. But it was a good role play, and I think we are looking at what's the most efficient way to put together a role play call and start archiving those. So when you do stop making the calls yourself, or if you're just starting the strategy, you can train yourself or your ISA, or other virtual assistants, by using those calls. But that's kind of the first one we've done. So if you guys have a chance, jump on there and listen to that.
Chad, it's All the Leads Mastermind. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay,
Mastermind
great.
being one word.
Sure, yeah. Okay, thanks.
All right, group. Anything else? There's about 17 of us. Anybody else have any questions, issues, any sticking points we can help you with this week?
Let's go to work.
Get to work, guys. You know
Yes,
where
sir.
to find
Bye.
us in the meantime. Thank you for coming today. We'll talk to you same time next week, guys. Thank you.